Now we have what is regularly known as our game of the week. And joining us this week, we do have a guest. Imagine that. It's actually producer Sean. We're going to go ahead and bring Sean on to join us as our special guest for game of the week this week. Sean, now look, I'm going to give you your opportunity because I know you've been dying since Thursday to say something to Delilah and I, probably more to me because I've talked so much crap last week about that. Yeah, that horrible Thursday night game, which I had to sit through and work and listen to the crowd just boo half the time trying to figure out what was going on because that's all I heard. Yeah, exactly. Keep going. There it is.
Sit here and eat
yeah,
my imaginary popcorn.
They're no longer the Redskins, but okay. So, of course, as you all know, Sean is a Commanders fan. Delilah and I are Bears fans. I ran my mouth last week about how the Bears were going to stomp on them and all this, and then we come up with a big, fat 7 points, ladies and gentlemen. We were in the Washington 5, 3 separate possessions, and didn't bother to kick any field goals, went for it every time, and didn't get nothing. And as a result, we lost the game by 5 points. So, Sean, here is your moment to gloat. I'm going to give you the floor for a couple of minutes. Say whatever you want because this is your moment, sir. I know we're both 2-4, so both our teams still suck, but this is your moment, my friend. Go ahead. Washington Commanders, it's all yours, buddy. Just go ahead.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Fight on until we won, sons of Washington. Rah. Let's go. All right. That's it.
I deserve that. Okay,
that's all the joy.
That's it. Okay,
you saw
that's
the
all
game.
Okay, you're done with it.
I did. Saw the game just as much as I did.
I saw it later on highlights. Yeah. No, that was horrible. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like sitting there actually working the game. I'm in a commissary right outside of the media room on the second level of the stage, right? So you can hear when stuff happens. So I hear cheers and I'm going, okay, what happened? There's a cheer. Then you hear boo. I heard more boos than anything. So I'm going, what the hell is going on out there? And then, at the end of the game, I'm trying to check out vendors. So I'm thinking, I knew we were close. What's the score? And the guy's like, we just lost 12-7. I'm like, what? We lost 12-7. Yes. Like, are you serious? Yes. What? And then, he explained what happened towards the end. I'm like, I don't even want to know. And then Sean and I went through the whole end of the game in a separate chat. So I probably cried for about 5 minutes because that's horrible. But anyways, Sean has been gracious enough to join us this week as our special guest. So Sean also is our producer on the show. We love him for that. Thank you, Sean, for all you do producing-wise. But I will say this. You've got something coming up this week. And, guys, please feel free to chime in. Carson Wentz has been injured now. He did hurt his hand late in the game, right? So Taylor Heineke, I assume, is in, like you were saying, Taylor Heineke and Sam Howell will be the backup. Now, here's the thing. Taylor had some success last year, and he knows the offense. Do you feel going forward that this, could still be a good thing for the team?
Yeah.
Or what are you thinking here with Taylor taking the reins back?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always a good thing. This guy, like you said, he has known the offense. He's won 7 games in the offense, and he's 1-1 against Tom Brady, but each time he's giving Tom Brady everything that he can handle. He's going toe-to-toe with him, and nobody would have expected that. So it is good. We like that he's comfortable and everything, but the fact of the matter is we still have a largely depleted O-line. Both of our guys that we picked up, Trey Turner and Norwell, both have been playing very below average. And we've already taken out Trey Turner, and Norwell had a particularly bad game as well. So he's on his way to the bench. We know what's going on with our secondary. William Jackson III wants to trade out of there. He's not really good in our system. Look, anybody should have, wasn't nobody trying to win that game.
Obviously.
I told you about that. But going forward, honestly, the best thing that could have happened, in my opinion, we got Brian Robinson. We've established him. It looked like in this game he had 60 yards. Shout out to him on an amazing recovery. I mean, just in the life part of it, aspect of the whole thing.
He took 2 shots to the stomach, right? It was 2 shots to the stomach?
Yeah, to the stomach, lower extremity. So, And, so glad that he's even able to walk again and be back playing and everything like that. But having him out there, we're definitely kind of leaning heavy on him. We got our receivers out there. Look, Carson knows the offense, like you said. So we'll see what he can do. But we still have major issues that I'm sorry, a trip to Chicago didn't fix. If anything,
Right,
we were more exposed after that game than anything else.
Nope, fair enough. I guess my other question, like again, and then everybody else feel free to join in. Is it Sammy time? I don't know that it is. Maybe Sean, do you want to answer that? Is it Sammy time?
No. No. Not going to kill my favorite quarterback.
Well, no, because I think you have the same problem kind of that we do. But Justin is going through it where the line, like, why would you want to expose Sam Howell as a rookie to that offensive line? Like, you'll just get that poor kid killed.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we have the same issue here trying to protect Justin, and that kid's taking a pounding in both the media and on the field. So it's like he can't win no matter what he does. Because people are like, well, you see there. Go ahead, say Anthony.
That boy got beat like he stole something Thursday.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you know what? Let me say that though. Let me say, like, kudos to him, man. Because Anthony, you're absolutely right. We really laid the lumber on him. And there were some times where even I was like, ooh. But he got up every single time. And look, for all intents and purposes, he gave you guys the best chance to win the game. If Mooney catches the ball cleanly, it's game over. It's true. So,
well, again, it's hard when you got 3 possessions in the, on the Washington 5, and you can't punch it in. That speaks to a bigger issue, obviously. So,
all I'm saying is, go ahead, Delilah. You guys have a chance. Look, do what the Jets did.
Yeah.
They don't have a good O-line either, which is really surprising because they really went after Aaron Rodgers that game. I was actually surprised how often he actually got pressured by the Jets. I was like, whoa. And at Lambeau, no less. I was like, what's going on? It's an alternate reality. I was like, it was really weird because I was like, what the hell am I watching? Like, I don't know what's happening. Like,
and see that's where I'm kind of like, okay, do I get kind of excited? Do I get excited because the Packers are struggling?
Y'all should watch what the Jets did and basically go, y'all do this.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would do if I'm Ron. I'd be like, we're gonna watch what the Jets did.
Just do exactly what they did.
And see if we could kind of emulate what they did.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
No, that could be fun. But of course, as we do every week with our guest.
Hey Bobby.
Hey Bobby, good to see you too, brother. How you doing? We pick a game of the week, and this week our game was actually picked for us. All I know is the Bears and Commies have a tough matchup coming up. Tell them. Okay. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, obviously we have a Falcons fan on the show.
Watch me get the slow wing flap for you.
So there you go.
And
of course, our friend Kyle Yacy,
Dave Chappelle doing the
who you could see on the show before us on the NFC South Takeover, and then Bobby smoking ribs for tomorrow. Thanks, bro. Do I have to come all the way to Virginia to get some, don't I? Yeah, thanks. Real nice. This guy. Yeah, exactly. But our game of the week this week. Chiefs 49ers. Now, again, we did feature the Chiefs last week, and as you all know, Buffalo did get the better of them in that game. So, obviously, this is a bounce-back game for the old Chiefies, but do the 49ers come in and play spoiler? Mr. Handy, what do you have to say about our game of the week this week, Chiefs 49ers?
I think the Chiefs absolutely can beat the 49ers in San Francisco. There's no doubt in my mind. This is not me dogging my team, but we know that the quality of team between the Chiefs, we're talking about the Chiefs, who just a couple of years ago won a Super Bowl, and we're talking about my beloved Dirty Bird.
There he goes.
Who are still rebuilding, and they beat the 49ers this past week. And they didn't just beat them. They didn't whoop them. But they definitely came out throwing haymakers. I mean, it was 14-0. I didn't get to see that game because it wasn't on. But I went back and watched the highlights, and I was like, they scored boom, boom like that. What? Whoa. So I think the Falcons are maybe starting to get their legs up under them. I'm not saying they're gonna make a run to the Super Bowl, but I'm starting to get on the Kyle Yacy bandwagon. We want the South. You want the smoke? We want the South. So I think the Chiefs absolutely. Well, we want the Bears too. We got you. We got something for them Bears. Hey.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's talk about that later. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got you. Anyway, I think that the Chiefs absolutely can go out there and beat the 49ers. I got nothing against the 49ers. The 49ers are a very good squad, but I think they're out. I'm just gonna say it without getting too deep and over analyzing it. The Chiefs are a better squad right now than the 49ers are.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Okay, fair
Point
enough.
Blank, no semicolon,
End of
no
sentence.
hyphen.
Right. Delilah, how you feeling about this our game of the week this week?
49ers win games they're not supposed to win. Often.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen historically.
They didn't win that one Sunday.
Oh God!
I said they win games they're not supposed
They're
to
not
win.
supposed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not lose games they're supposed to win.
I misheard. Maybe I just want to throw another.
Like,
maybe I want to throw another jab at Jimmy G. My bad.
No,
right, exactly.
For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when he takes an L, he tends to come back and wins the next game. Like if you look at they don't have a bad record. Like they're right in that division. Honestly, that division to me is actually really hard to win. I don't know who's gonna win out in that division.
That's true.
Which is surprising, right? We thought Seattle would be at the bottom, but Gino's doing his stuff, so
right.
Can't hate on that. Like honestly, that makes me smile. Good for that guy. But
right.
But anyways, no, I think 49ers could be a spoiler. It's like I've seen them do it before. I've seen their defense come up and do stuff they're not supposed to. Like it's just, I feel like they can't. I feel the 49ers could win this game. Now, can I see the Chiefs leading 2 in a row? No, but at the same time, I've just seen 49ers do weird stuff. Like I said, they went into Lambeau and beat Aaron Rodgers with a good team.
Yeah.
And kick them out of the playoffs. So I don't know. That's what I'm trying to see. They're weird. They're very, I don't know, man. I don't trust the 49ers.
They're very streaky. Well, that's been the knock on Jimmy G, right? Is he's streaky. Yeah. Like when he's not hurt, he's in there, he plays well, but the team itself is streaky. So I get your point there. Sean, we'll go to you next with this. What do you think of Chiefs 49ers? Anything special coming out of this, or do you think that, are you maybe in the thought Delilah has that the 49ers could pull one out here at home?
I definitely am. I mean, look, we've seen what the Chiefs can do. They put up 44 on the Cardinals. We've seen them beat the Buccaneers and beat certain teams. But if you look at it, how do we explain the loss to the Colts? Buffalo, lost to Buffalo. There's something that San Francisco has that both of those teams have: a good defense and a solid running game. Yeah. If you can keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, keep that game low scoring, it's very possible. And look, let's not forget, this is the same San Francisco team that, 3-4 years ago was 6 minutes away from beating the Chiefs with all their weapons in the Super Bowl, led by Jimmy G with that great defense, same coaching staff, the whole nine. So I definitely think this is. Look, I'm with Delilah right here. I think San Francisco can do this, and that's not a slight to the Chiefs. I just think the Chiefs, they're good. We know how good they are, but if you go up against a team that has a good defense and a good running game, I think that poses some issues for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because in thinking back, like you said, in terms of the history between the two teams, you kind of look back to that game and go, man, San Francisco, had they just a little bit more and they would have had that game. I'm always torn with this because, again, I actually want to be a Garoppolo fan because I think he's been treated badly by San Francisco. And then they had no choice but to go back to him when Trey Lance got injured. So it's kind of like, well, you're stuck with him anyways, aren't you? That's like karma. They got instant karma with that whole thing. And so now they're relying on Jimmy G to get them, like again, in the division they're playing in is still ripe for the picking. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
the Rams haven't played up to potential. Is. I mean, yes, Gino's got Seattle 500 and they're playing well, but who's going to take that NFC West? Who knows? Like it's so up in the air right now. But again, I would still think that the front runner is San Francisco. If they, like you said, with Debo and just Ayuk, and Ayuk had a great game last week for those who were paying attention. And again, their defense is pretty solid, like you said. So if they can manage to eat up clock, like you said, get that running game going, set up the pass and all that stuff, you keep Mahomes up. Mahomes can't score if he's not on the field. So that's one thing. But again, I find it, like I said, I want to be supportive. I like Jimmy G. Okay, Andrew, you might be right. I think it's Buffalo, but I get your point and I understand. I still think Buffalo's a team to beat in the NFL. AFC, NFC, whatever. But
Bills Mafia.
again, the Chiefs are right. The Chiefs are right there. Right, Bills Mafia. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to say I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game. But I would not be totally surprised if the 49ers pulled one out. No. I'll just put it that way.
He's also a local boy. He's from nearby Arlington Heights, which is a suburb.
He's an Eastern Illinois graduate. Him, Tony Romo, and my guy, John Yurkovich, who people are going to go, who the hell is John Yurkovich? Let me tell you who John Yurkovich is really quick, my friends.
Lord.
This was a kid. He was a defensive lineman who played for, a few teams in the NFL, Jaguars, a couple other teams. Yurko is currently one of our local ESPN radio guys. And if you've never heard him, he's absolutely phenomenal. So, John, if you're listening, I'm one of your biggest fans, brother. Listen for ESPN AM 1000 here in Chicago. It's Carmen and Yurko, Carmen DeFalco, John Yurkovich, 10 to 2, was it like 10 to 12 every day or whatever it is? Those are my guys.
Is that what the Roundtable is, so you can shoot your shot and say what's up to John
Yurkovich? That's right. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, bro. I'm just saying. You never know. John could see this. That's my boy. I love Yurkovich. No, anyway, like I said, local boys done well. But Handy, if you're scared of Rocky Top, okay, fine. Just because Bobby brought it up real quickly, are you, Mr. Georgia? Are you afraid of the Tennessee Volunteers, bro? Are you afraid? After they knocked off Alabama this weekend, are you afraid of Tennessee? Are you?
Listen, Tennessee beat Alabama, and that's real nice. And they beat them with the kick that was like the floating pitch in Rookie of the Year at the end of the game. It just kind of just floated up over the top. And then they tore down the goalpost.
It looked like a knuckleball. It really did.
Yeah, it did. And they tore down the goalpost and they went and dumped it in the Tennessee River. But it took as much as okay. Tennessee beat Alabama, and yes, Tennessee is on that come up. And I know you can't really use last year as a comparison for this year, but it seemed to me that another team beat Alabama decisively. And put the quarterback to sleep at the end and had the coach jumping up and down while he was running down the sideline with a pick six. I said all that to say Bobby Wills. You just brought Uncle Shay Shay out. I'd have tried to put him in the closet because somebody else have tried to steal my impersonation and made it their own. And I've been doing Shay Shay for 2 years, and I ain't never got my own clip of my own feature. So I'm bringing it out right now. Bobby Wills, I'm here to tell you right now that ain't nobody scared of no floppy top. We're not singing as Dixieland Delight. I will not wear that god-awful orange. We getting ready to take care of business in 2 weeks. But right now, we got to handle the Florida Gators in 2 weeks because we got a bye week. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm done.
Well, thank you, Shay Shay, for making an appearance this week. We got to love that. But again, so there you go, folks.
Great.
That's a great way to end the Game of the Week segment this week. So let's go. We want to thank, of course, our guest, Mr. Sean Spencer. Producer Sean, thank you for coming on and chatting with us.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.